22nd day, Saint Joseph, perfect model of poverty, the Word of God, wishing to wed our poor humanity, became poor out of love for us. You know, says St. Paul, that Jesus Christ in his great mercy became poor for us, to enrich us through his poverty. And he willed that this effective poverty should be the preferred state and virtue of his followers. Saint Joseph, who was to bear the glorious title and authority of father to Jesus, had to add evangelical poverty to all his true glories and qualities. In Nazareth, indeed, in that first convent, were taught and practiced the virtues that constitute the religious state. The vows of poverty, obedience, and chastity originate from Nazareth. Saint Joseph practiced there all the virtues of counsel, while being Jesus' father. He was also his devoted disciple. Saint Joseph was poor in worldly goods. He owned nothing in Bethlehem, the land where his ancestors had reigned. He dwelled in the poorest and most despised city, Nazareth, in the poor dwelling where the incarnate Word was conceived. To whom did it belong? To Mary or Joseph? It is unknown, yet judging by what is seen in Loreto, how poor and humble it was. Saint Joseph had no personal resources, being forced to live by his trade, the obscure craft of carpentry. He dressed poorly and coarsely, as evidenced by the cloak preserved as his holiest relic. His garments were poor and rough, like those worn by people of his station. His nourishment was equally poor. Barley bread was his daily sustenance. It almost caused a scandal to see the Eternal Father send his Son into such absolute poverty. Yet he ordained it thus, foreseeing and reducing Saint Joseph to such extreme poverty. He wanted his Son to repair, from the first moment, our attachment to material goods and abuse of riches. Hence Saint Joseph, who by birth could have ascended to a throne, was reduced to the humble trade of carpenter, with such a sorrowful appearance that all Bethlehem rejected him, forcing him to the last refuge of the destitute, a manger. Thus Saint Joseph possessed the spirit and grace of Jesus' poverty. He shared it joyfully and preferred it to all worldly goods and glories. Effective poverty must also be loved by the Eucharistic soul. It is the bond of love that ties it to the divine tabernacle, to the adorable host, to Jesus stripped of all for love of mankind. Poverty is the grace and glory of Eucharistic apostolate, for according to the Gospel, the poor, lame, sick, and beggars are those who must be most urgently invited to the family Father's banquet. Like Saint Joseph, the Eucharistic soul must therefore esteem, love, and practice holy poverty, content itself with necessities, and find ways to honor through sacrifice the royal poverty of the God of the Eucharist. Aspiration. Saint Joseph, charged with alleviating the poverty of the child Jesus, remedied the even greater poverty of Eucharistic Jesus.